welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video that I've had a few requests for, and it is a review of the niche brand Artisan Perfumer. I have two of their discovery sets here, so I'm going to be trying these out with you, letting you know what they smell like and telling you all about the brand. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. We are all about perfumes. I have hundreds of videos just like this going through niche fragrances, designer fragrances, celebrity fragrances, high street, you name it. So if you're a fragrance fan like me, then do check them out. I also have my blog, which has extensive reviews on whole ranges, and I have done some articles on Artisan Perfumer as well. If you're a regular viewer, do check to see if you're subscribed, and you can turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. Down below in the description box is where you can sign up to my newsletter, pre-order my fragrance that's releasing in a few months, and also I'll leave the links to where you can shop and buy Artisan Perfumer across the world. Cool, so Artisan Perfumer is, as you may have guessed, a French brand based in Paris, and it actually came about because a gentleman called Jean-Pierre Laporte was a chemist in the 70s, and his friend was going to a fancy dress party dressed as a banana, as you do, and he asked him to create a fragrance for him to wear so that he would also smell like a banana. So he did, he created that, and it's still sold today, and he then went on to create scents that smell like grapefruit, vanilla, and then launched a fragrance collection because it was such a hit. There's a very natural nature theme to the brand. The shop that they have in Paris uses a lot of like vegetation, leaves, you know, the branding has a lot of like natural things in it, because every fragrance is sort of all focused on like one particular scent and one particular note from nature. And I believe the fragrances have stayed the same, so they haven't been reformulated. They're the originals that were released whenever they were released, you know, the originals from the 70s. So I have two discovery boxes here. I'm going to start with their like classic discovery box and then move on to the botanical box. And these are really affordable. It was like £23, I think. And you're getting 6 different fragrances, and interesting, they all have a volume on them, so they all say like 80% volume, 79% volume, so I think that means that it's like sort of the rest 20% is perfume, and that's the volume of alcohol. Cool, so I am going to start with History d'Oranges. So this guy is Orange Blossom. You guys know I love Orange Blossom. This is a classic Orange Blossom scent. It literally smells like just pure Orange Blossom. I believe it has a neroli note in here as well, but fun fact, neroli and Orange Blossom scents in perfumes come from the same tree. I think it's the bitter orange tree, and it's just a different extraction process. One makes neroli, one makes Orange Blossom. I have an article on my blog that explains all that. It's a green, but very much Orange Blossom. So if you are an Orange Blossom fan like me, Eddie Saab, this actually reminds me a bit of my Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever that's just continued that I love. Really orangey fresh, and then it has some green undertones that come through. This is a very unisex fragrance. I think they're all unisex perfumes, but this is just a true, clean, fresh, green zesty Orange Blossom. I really like that. So exciting that the first one I really like. These are all eau de parfums as well. Just if you just want it, you don't want any fuss, you just want some Orange Blossom, you know, take you to the smell of like Seville, or you know, the Amalfi Coast or whatever, that sort of fresh Mediterranean orangey scent. That's what that really reminds me of. Cool, so that's the first one, and I really like it. Okay, so next we have one that I'm going to have to get Google Translate to help us with. Okay, so this one is called
La chasse aux papillons.
La chasse aux papillons, and it means the butterfly hunt. That's a really cute name. Okay, so let's see what it smells like. This is quite peppery floral. It's very classical. I guess back in the day when they used to like kill butterflies and put them up on the wall. It's kind of gross really when you think about it, but I guess it reminds you of that, like what a Victorian lady would wear. It says it has an ingredient, the main ingredient being lime blossom. Now I'm not sure I've ever actually smelt lime blossom before, and I'm getting a bit of tuberose coming through now, white florals, Very classic white floral, a bit like Lawn to Dit actually from Givenchy. Smells classy as well, it smells quite expensive. That's a little bit too not modern enough for my tastes, but it's more of that like classic Lawn to Dit type taste. Okay, next we have Passage d'Enfer. I don't know what that means. Okay, Google says it means passage from hell, which is a little bit scary. Let's see what it smells like. Again, very classy. This is quite a unique smell. I've not really smelled anything like this before. Okay, so it's a lily with some incense, but it actually doesn't really smell incensey to me. It smells interesting. I can imagine the sort of passages, the back streets of Bohemian Paris, a mysterious lady wearing this in the twilight. If I have a look on their website as to why it's called Passage from Hell. So it pays homage to the Parisian origin of L'Artisan Perfumer. Nostalgic, the scent conjures up images of cathedral walls, cool to the touch, echoes of rituals and incarnations hanging in the air. And it's a wicked play on words, the symbolic Hell's Passage, a moment caught between two worlds. Gosh, it's feminine. I get the lily, definitely, but it's got a darkness to it for sure, and mysterious. I guess kind of a sexiness. It definitely feels like a nighttime scent to me, a bit too serious for during the day, but very unique. I think if you're looking for a fragrance, it's just totally different and special. Feminine, but still very mysterious. How interesting. Okay, so we have 3 more in this collection. Okay, so this one's called an Ed Brittany. It means an air of Brittany. If you're not from round here, Brittany is at the top of France on the way to the UK, like below the channel. So you go from Brittany, you cross the little channel and you're in the UK. Fun fact for you, I did my DNA profile a few years ago, and I had, I think it was like less than 10%, but some of it was from Brittany and into Germany, I think, but it was mainly UK. But yeah, that top part of France. Okay, so this really does smell like being on the coast. I've been to Brittany and that part of the world, it's quite windy. You've got the Atlantic wind coming in, and most of the year, you know, it's not that hot as well. This is very bracing. It's that fresh breeze, bracing. Reminds me also of like Cornwall, Dover, the south coast of England. It has a hint of a seaweed note in it. I can smell the sea. It's very oceanic. Yeah, it really smells like fresh air. Very refreshing. That is a really hard thing to capture, and this really does smell like the freshness of sea air, and it's not salty. It's very refreshed. There's always a bit of green in there. I guess you've got the seaweed and the greenery of the coast. Very naturey. Oh yeah, if you love oceanic perfumes like Sailing Day from Replica Maison Margiela, that's a lovely one. Okay, this one's called Myrrh and Musk, but I don't think it's myrrh, it's spelled M-U-R-E. Let's look up what that means. Okay, it means blackberry. Myrrh et musk. Oh, wow. So this is quite strong. I get very green vetiver, oak moss. I don't really get blackberry. I don't really get fruitiness from this. I get a bit of citrus. This feels slightly more masculine to me. And I don't really get too much musk, slightly musky. This is like a classic male green oak moss, slightly aromatic citrus scent. You know, it's definitely unisex, anyone could wear it, but it was reminding me of a typical male type fragrance, an oak moss male fragrance. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I don't really get blackberry, don't get fruit there. Okay, so the last one from this classic collection, which I have to say is really varied, like all 6 of them are totally different, is called Foie d'Absinthe. So absinthe, if you've seen Moulin Rouge perhaps, you know that was a big thing in the Bohemia, Parisian Bohemia. Oof, wow, that's strong. Okay, this one is way stronger than any of the others. Gosh, wow. I do get a bit of absinthe. What I'm getting a lot of is like a star anise, ginger and cloves, and nutmeg. This is becoming very nutmeggy. Gosh, yeah, it really reminds me of cooking at Christmas in the winter with nutmeg, cloves, you know, making like mulled wine. I don't really get much absinthe from here, as in the alcohol. The best one that smells like absinthe, the alcohol, is Black Opium's Intense version, the blue one from Yves Saint Laurent. Wow. This would be a perfect like Christmas time perfume if you love that nutmeg smell, very cozy, autumnal, winter. That's really beautiful. Again, if you like replica, Maison Margiela replica, like by the fireplace or their autumn vibes one, it's that kind of thing. But yeah, really get the nutmeg there. It really smells like the kitchen, like cooking and mulled wine. That's really unusual. That's really interesting. And really quite strong, especially at first. Okay, so that's all of the classic range. I think that's really fun. Like for a discovery pack, you've got 6 totally different ones there. I think that's pretty good value for money as well. So let's move on to the Botanical one. I love all this design, all this artwork they've got. And inside they've got it as well. So again, we've got 6. First thing immediately I noticed is that the vials, the liquids are all different colours, whereas in the original one they weren't. So one's just jumped out at us, so let's start with that. It's called Obscuratio. These ones have numbers on, which some houses are doing now, like the Chiali fragrances are doing. Polimoire de Parfum does it, and it means how many attempts they had at it before they settled on the different mix. So this one has 25, so that means this was the 25th version before they decided they were happy. These ones also come in a different style bottle. Oh my gosh, this is patchouli.com. So I guess the brand is from the 70s, right, when it started, and I know that, you know, the patchouli smell was very popular in the 70s, particularly with the hippie community. I'd say that this is homage to that. It is like just all about patchouli. It's incredibly patchouli. This is too much patchouli for me, and I don't mind patchouli. Gosh, if you love patchouli, this is literally like an ultimate patchouli. It says it's got a bit of ylang ylang in, but I'm just getting patchouli. I'm gonna have to stop smelling that because it's starting to make me feel a bit queasy. Okay, what's next? This one has a red liquid. Ooh, it's something that I cannot pronounce. So it's a Latin name, and it means twilight. So it's called, let's get Google Translate on it.
Crepusculum.
Crepusculum, Latin for twilight. This is a very classic jasmine and sandalwood. To me, this is reminding me of a quite, again, 70s, 80s scent. It's very heavy. It's really reminding me of Chanel Coco. Yeah, it's like a Chanel Coco type smell. Again, that's a bit too heavy for me and a bit too intense. But very strong. These have all been really quite strong. Okay, next let's try Venom. So Venom. Okay, this is a bit greener, a bit lighter. This has a spiciness to it, but it's not a heavy spice. It's quite a delicate spice and slightly woody and green. Yeah, it's a very fresh spice, like just woke up in the morning. It's reminding me of walking into the bathroom after my granddad had finished shaving in the morning. That sort of smell of clean, masculine smells, fresh spice. Yeah, I feel that's quite masculine. I love that name, Venom. That's very cool, but you know, it obviously means like poison. It doesn't smell anything like Dior poison though. Okay, this is Tenebrae, and again it's Latin. It means darkness. These are all quite dark and mysterious, aren't they? Not really botanical. I thought they'd be all, you know, different flowers and stuff. That's very unique. So this one has got a balminess to it, and it's a fir tree. Yeah, so this is literally the smell of a Christmas tree, a fir tree. You know when you get a fresh Christmas tree in the house and everything smells of it? That is so perfect for Christmas time. You want to smell like your Christmas tree everywhere. I like that one. That's definitely my favourite of these so far. It's warm, balmy, but fresh fir. Oh yeah, it reminds me of Christmas. So we have 2 more left. This one is Mirabilis, and that translates from Latin to wonderful. So again, this has a balminess to it, an olive almond. It's kind of like the smell, it's a little bit sweet with ambroxan, but it's quite earthy, balmy, clean, woody, earthy balm. This is another one I like. It smells very sophisticated, thought through fragrance. Yeah, it's like a sweet balm, comforting, cozy, but it's not particularly heavy though. Really interesting. Yeah, it's got a sweetness to it, but not in a sickly way, in like a cozy, homely way. Kind of like Replica's bubble bath fragrance, that kind of vibe. They're not quite as sweet as that. And then our last one is Arcana Rosa.
Arcana rosa.
Arcana rosa. So Google Translate is saying that's Spanish, but it's a Latin translation for mysterious rose. So let's try them. Oh wow, definitely rose. Slightly woody rose, but very much all about rose. Yeah, it's not a fresh rose, it's a wintry rose, but it has a greenness to it from vetiver, and it doesn't have any patchouli in, which a lot of rose have that are quite heavy. That's quite a nice rose. Yeah, it's getting more woody the longer it's developing. I'd say this is quite a good unisex rose. I know a lot of men do love wearing rose fragrances, so having that woodiness. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting woody rose. Oftentimes at the moment, roses are either really fresh or they have like very almost sour, like lychee notes with them, or they're very dark, like patchouli roses. Interesting. I like that, a woody rose. Cool. So I definitely feel like I personally preferred the original collection. Some of the ones in the Botanical one were a bit too intense for me. I think just reading about this is a homage to scents which only flowers that only bloom at night time, which is cool. I love how like different flowers, some of them only bloom for like a few days a year and only at particular times of the day. And yeah, so these are all nighttime scents. They all felt quite mysterious and interesting, but definitely a lot of really unique scents in there, the scents that I've not really smelt before, which I think is really cool. Definitely fun to try, really good discovery sets, good selection. And they are available at Selfridges, Harrods. I'll find where they're available in the US as well and leave links down below, though I think Selfridges and Harrods do ship internationally. But yeah, I'll leave all the links down below. But guys, let me know what you think of the brand. Do you like them? You'll notice that I didn't have the banana one, and I'm not sad about that at all because I hate banana. I can't stand the smell of banana, but I believe that it really does smell like banana. So if you also want to smell like a banana, then you can check out their banana fragrance. But yeah, that's it guys. Let me know what you think down below in the description box. But that's it from me. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.